Welcome to the Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh channel where we discuss everything collecting and investing in Yu-Gi-Oh. Today we had two very interesting auctions for Shonen Jump Cyber Steins. Now I'll tell you the prices that I ended up selling for, and then we can discuss what the hell is going on. So first of all, we had a BGS 8.5 SJCS Cyberstein, and for $14,400. So from a grade for this Stein perspective, this is an all-time high. This is huge. I think the last 9 sold for like what, 10 or 12? So somewhere in that range, you know. And now an 8.5 sold for $2,000 or maybe $4,000 higher than that. So that's all-time high insanity. However, on the flip side, a 9.5 sold for $17,100 a few hours like after that. So that begs the question, what the hell is going on? Because there's always people saying, oh, BGS 9.5, it's almost kind of like a PSA 10, but then it just completely didn't sell for that at all. The last 10 sale was slightly over 30K. It sold at around that price 3 times in a row. So you can establish PSA 10 Cyberstein is around 30, maybe 33, somewhere in that range. Meanwhile, a 9.5 from BGS sold for 17K. Now you could be a doomer and say, see, the market's crashing, you guys. It's crashing, and maybe it is. Who knows, right? I've always said this stuff is speculative. Be very careful with your investments in such speculative asset. However, I do not think that's what's going on here. I think this is a very, very clear bit of information about how the market currently tends to value BGS slabs. You know, there's been a lot of debate. A lot of people debate, no, PSA 10, they're all random. And then some say, no, BGS 9.5, it's all random. Some say, oh, no, but you need to look at the quad 9.5. It needs to be all 9.5. So, oh, no, it needs to be a strong 9.5 with plus. It needs to be a 10, 10, 10, 9.5 or something like that. That's better than PSA 10. But, oh, not the regular 9. All this crap where people try to draw these tiny arbitrary lines where grades basically change depending on if the lunch of the grader was very good or not. That is where people try to draw lines of what's supposed to be double the value of another card, and it's very easy to get caught up in all of that. But at the end of the day, the most important thing we cannot get around is that most Yu-Gi-Oh collectors at present time prefer PSA. Whenever a majority of Yu-Gi-Oh collectors buy BGS 9.5s, it is to crack them open and send them to PSA. Now, there are big BGS lovers out there, and that is fine. You know, the subgrades are cool. Some people prefer the slab. The slab is stronger than PSA. So, you know, that all of that subjective stuff, some people prefer it. And some people say BGS is better because of this. Others say PSA is better because of that. You know, all valid arguments in that realm. However, at present time, most Yu-Gi-Oh collectors are PSA collectors. Very, very, very consistently, PSA 10s sell for more than BGS 9.5s. Me personally, when I buy a BGS 9.5, it is because I intend to cross it, or I'm getting a ridiculous discount. Those are the two only reasons I personally, and many people I know, buy BGS 9.5s. Now again, that also depends on subgrades. If you have a bunch of 10s on that slab and one 9.5 and it's just not a 10, okay, fine. But most 9.5s are actually relatively weak 9.5s. And in the case of this Stein, the surface had a 9 subgrade. So when you are looking at it from a cross perspective, you know, you assume that the person who bought this 9.5 is gonna crack that and send it off to PSA. With a surface of 9, your odds of a 10 are extremely low. So someone who buys with the intention to cross, they go, a 9. And that is, in my opinion, why this didn't sell for high. You have a smaller pool of BGS collectors already. And again, you can't even debate that. There is no debate. The collectors pool for BGS is smaller. PSA is the bigger company. So you already have less demand from those collectors. And then from the people who want to cross, they see 9 surface and go, oof, can't cross. And those things combined is why, in my opinion, this Stein did not sell for as high. Because look at the 8.5. The 8.5 just sold for an all-time high. I won't be calling a BGS 8.5 a PSA 9 at all. So for around that range, this is an all-time high. So the buyer was probably someone who just wanted to own a Stein in a solid grade, but isn't looking to cross. And look, the demand was still there. So in my opinion, this is not a retrace or anything like that. It is just the fact that BGS has less demand, and because of the 9 surface, it's going to be much harder to cross. Maybe it does cross, you know. Again, grading is still subjective. I'm sure if you send this guy in 10 times once, it may just come back at 10. But it is what it is. You can't argue with the market. The market just decided that 9.5 is not 30K, that 9.5 is not worth a PSA 10, and here it is. Now, if next week a PSA 10 sells for 20K on a proper auction with a lot of attention to it, I'll go, okay, guess this card is retracing. But right now, that is not what I'm seeing. Right now, I am just noticing the divide between PSA 10 and BGS 9.5 play itself out as a beautiful spectacle of the Yu-Gi-Oh market. Hope you found this interesting. Like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.